At that time, the exchange rates had gone up and they had increased. Imagine this, they had increased visa fee. You know, so exchange rate had gone up, and I was just like, God, hey, they don't finish me. Hi, my name is Chantel Essay, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please, it is not easy to do content. Just please click the subscribe button below and click the bell icon so you can get notified whenever I drop new videos. Okay, and if you're an old subscriber, hey, Chop Knuckle, welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of this video, I'll be talking about how I was able to run a successful fundraiser. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm currently studying for the Masters in Journalism program at the University of Chester in the United Kingdom. And I was able to do all of that because I ran a successful fundraiser only on Instagram. Yeah, I used just Instagram to run the fundraiser, and I was able to raise 5 million naira in the space of 119 days. And I'm just going to say thank God, because it's all because of God, and I'll give glory to God Almighty because He made this possible. And yeah, and because of God and you, all of you made this dream come true. And so I just want to say thank you so much. I'm enjoying the United Kingdom. Oh my gosh. Oh. Okay, let's get to the video. So this video is going to be in parts, so that means that I'll be dropping different segments or different episodes. I'm talking about different parts. First of all, I'm going to be talking about the fundraiser. So I applied to the school through an agent. I used an agent, and the name of the agency is called Cove Mind International. Cove Mind International. So I'm going to be writing the name of the agency below, so you can check them out. I just want to say a couple of things about them. They are phenomenal. They are amazing. They are amazing. I'm never gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you about how I discovered the school and how I decided I was gonna go to University of Chester. But I just want to tell you that just in case you I mean, a lot of people will not have the funds. I'm not saying that you should go ahead, but I mean, I would advise you, honestly, because it's worked for me. And if you want to use my own strategy, I would advise you to use an agent. And not just an agent, please use Cove Mind International. Send me a DM, and I'll send you their number. Okay, I'm going to send you the number you should call, and just say you're from Chantel Essay. I promise you, you're going to get VIP treatment. Okay, so I use Cove Mind International, and in the next part of this video, I'll be telling you what happened. I mean, the events that led up to, you know, me getting my admission. But I'm just going to jump right into the fundraiser right now, because that's the whole essence of this particular part of the video, right? Okay, so when I got the admission, I remember I was at the Nigerian Immigration Office in Abeokuta to go renew my passport. And he called me up, Mr. Tosin, like he owns the agency. He called me and said, "Essay, Chester straight." I'm just like, is a lie. Me, University of Chester, you know. And I was so happy. But I asked myself, okay, so now that I have gotten this admission, how am I going to pay the school fees? How am I going to pay my school fees? And because I was brought up by my father, and I mean, the way my father brought me up, or brought us up, all of us, me and my siblings, the way we're brought up to soak it up, you know, soak things up. So I never for one would tell anybody my problems, you know. So like I just felt embarrassed, you know. And I thought to myself, I said, look, if I do not come out, if I do not put my story out there, if I don't ask, you know, people to donate to me, to this dream, look, I'm just gonna die in silence. And I was not ready to die in silence, because I read mass communication in my bachelor's. I graduated some 7 years ago. So I mean, obviously I didn't really have the funds to continue my master's, but I really wanted to do my master's in journalism because I'm a journalist. So I didn't want this opportunity to pass me by, and so I decided to bring my story out there and beg people to please donate to me. And trust me, if you think running a fundraiser is the way to go, if you decide that you want to run a fundraiser, if you decide that, look, this is what I want to do, you should be ready for backlash. You should be ready for everything, good, bad, and ugly. Okay, so I put it on my Instagram, and considering the fact that I am kind of like an influencer, not kind of, I am a Christian lifestyle influencer. Check me out at Chantel Essay on Instagram. Considering the fact that I was, I am out there, a lot of people backlashed me. I got a lot of messages, DMs from different trolls insulting me. And I remember the first post I made, that was the day I got the admission. And I put the post out there. I said, look, I just got admission to study for my master's at the University of Chester. Please donate any amount that you can. I actually had some money saved, for my work and everything. I had some money saved. I had like about 3 million naira, about 3 to 4 million naira already. So I just needed, and I wanted to pay my full school fees, because I am not, my attention span is not one that, like, how should I put it now? I can't work and pay my school fees. Like, I won't be able to focus. And for this course, I needed to give it my 100% attention. So I wanted to pay my whole school fees, so I, did the calculation, and I said, look, I'm 5 million naira short. Once I have 5 million naira, I'll be able to balance up my school fees. So, I'd already calculated my visa fee, I'd already calculated my rent, transport, everything. Like, I calculated it at that time. And that the dollar rate, it was, fluctuating. So, but as at then, it wasn't this high. So I was like, God, I really, really need this thing. So I put the calculations. I said, okay, I need 5 million naira. 5 million naira will be okay for me to add to the money I have with me and pay for my school fees. Look, the first day I made the post, somebody commented and said, Lord, thief. The thing pained me, the thing eats me up. And I said, isn't they're calling thief me? Because it was hard to believe, people they're like, who is this one again, thief, So I disabled my comments. I disabled comments on my Instagram, and I began to cry. That was day one. I shed premium tears. I called my friends. I sent them voice notes. I was just crying and crying, and I was just crying. And I was like, God, is this how it's gonna be? Little did I know. Oh my God. Okay, so I kept on. My friends encouraged me, and it's very good. First of all, like I said, the first thing you should know is that not everybody would support you. There will be people that would, troll you, that would insult you. You should be ready for that. You just, just cry. Okay, just cry. If you feel like crying, cry it out. Cry, shed tears. If that would help, shed tears. So that's number one. People will troll you. Be ready. And keep receipts, because that is going to be part of your testimony. You will give testimony with those receipts. I kept my receipts, so I kept it. I kept some of it, but yeah, I kept it. And number two, it's very important for you to have good friends, because the friends I had around me encouraged me, donated, even if it was 5K, 3K, 2K, they donated money. They, just encouraging me, And number three, the first week of your fundraiser is always like lit, especially the first 72 hours. Like people would share posts, because it's like something new, like it's a new course, so people would donate and everything. Be ready that you will not get donations every day, and that's absolutely fine, because people don't have money. People don't have money, so you will not get, or you may not get donations. Let me not say you will not get. You may not get donations every day, and that's perfectly fine, as long as you know that God's hand is in this. God's hand is God that is telling you to travel abroad. God will make provisions. God will make provisions for you. So yeah, so that's, I don't know, is that point 3 or point 4? I don't know, I can't remember, I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, be ready that people will not donate. The first 1 week I literally got about 500,000 naira the first 1 week. But the first few days, the first day I got like 50,000 naira. I'm gonna put the banner here so you can see how much I got. I got like 50,000 naira the first day. It was lit, you know, and you know, by that weekend I got like 150k. By that weekend, that's like after 3 days, I was like, yes, fundraiser is moving, you know. And then boom, money stopped coming. I started crying. I started becoming nervous, anxious, and everything. And my agent, Covemine, Mr. Tosin, God will bless you. Mr. Tosin is the best agent, UK agent. See, if Mr. Tosin handles your application, there is no way you will not get visa. There is no way you will not get visa. Mr. Tosin Adeoye, if he handles your application, there's no way you will not get. You will get your visa by God's grace. Let me know. But yeah, Mr. Tosin is just an amazing person. He called me, he encouraged me, he was like, don't worry, get your money, you know, and everything. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. So the first 1 week, just know that, you know, people will donate. Like, it's always lit, but understand that you will not get donations every day. But see, you need to keep at it. And the trolls will keep coming. You need to just keep being consistent. So I used to post every day. In the morning, I'll post updates on how much I've gotten, because I felt it was a great you know, it was a great idea to be accountable. I mean, yeah, I'm running a fundraiser. People need to know how much is coming into my account, right? So I'm a Christian and I decided to be accountable for every penny that I got. So I would post every morning updates like, okay, today I got 5,000 naira extra. Oh, today I got 100k. You know, like I was posting updates every single day. It is important. Always be accountable for every single penny that you are able to raise. Be accountable. Okay, so I posted updates every morning, and in the evening I would post reminder posters. So I had 3 different posters that I would post every day, every afternoon. So I'll be like, okay, before you go to bed, please donate to me, you know. And I used my Insta stories to push my fundraiser. I would make a separate video about that, but be accountable, right? Be accountable. People are going to give you money if they see that you are accountable. And I'm not saying you're just gonna make up figures. No, be sincere, you know, with whatever you wherever you post, whatever, you know, money you're getting and everything. Be sincere. Okay, so that was another thing that I did. And I told stories about my life. So I had to like let people into my life to understand me, to see that they're not giving just a random stranger. They're giving somebody, a person, you know, somebody that actually needs the money, you know. So I had to bring people into my life. I had to like say, look at me, I'm naked, I'm bare. Well, not naked, but you know, but I said, see me, oh, everything you are seeing here is what it is, oh. Mo low, I don't have money. I do not have money. Please help me. You know, so people are able to see my life. I started telling stories on my Insta stories. I'll get to that in another video. But yeah, what else again? What else again? Yes, and then another thing you should know is that, look, anxiety will kick in. It's fine. If you feel like crying, on some days I had mental breakdowns, and that's where my friends were there for me. Anxiety will kick in. We are all children of God, yes, you know, and I always say it, as children of God, even the Bible says don't be anxious. But it's easy for me to say now because I've finished experiencing it, you know. But when you are in that moment, trust me, it's not easy. It's a trying process for you. But one thing I have learned is that I should embrace everything as a part of, you know, my growth, as part of the growth process that God is taking me through, because it wasn't easy. I had mental breakdowns. I was crying on some days. I wasn't eating. I wasn't sleeping. I had irregular sleep patterns. Oh my gosh, it wasn't easy. Okay, so yes, you will feel all of those things, but I want you to not give up. Don't give up. Like, keep doing it. Push at it. Don't stop. Push at it. Okay, so even if you're feeling anxious or anything, feel everything, take a break, come back and keep doing it, keep going, you know. So as I think 30 days into the fundraiser, I mean, I needed to pay my deposit of £3,000. So my school fees is £12,950, but the school gave me a £2,000 scholarship, and so I had to pay £10,950. But yeah, I chose to pay it at once. Like, I wanted to pay it. I mean, I had dates, you know. So for University of, I don't know about other schools, but for University of Chester, you can pay 3 times. So you have to pay an initial deposit before they even issue you your sponsorship letter, which is like your CAS, what the school will give you to apply for visa. right? So you need to pay that £3,000. So I had to pay that deposit, and then before I start my course, I needed to have paid 50% of the remaining money. So out of £10,950, if we do the maths now, let's do the maths together. So out of £10,950, I paid £3,000 for a deposit. So that would, you know, leave us with £7,950, right? So now, before I resume classes, I needed to have paid that, 50% of that £7,950. So that would be £3,975. So I needed to have paid £3,975 before I even resume my classes. That's what I had to pay. And then the mini balance, I had till like January 22nd to pay that one. But I wanted to pay everything at once, so I can just focus on my studies and focus on life, work, and everything. I know that, okay, you know, school fees is done. That was what I wanted to do. Like, that was my plan, you know. So when it was getting to the time where I was supposed to pay my initial deposit of £3,000, I panicked because I didn't really have that much money with me, you know. I was just like, God, how am I going to do this now? The money I have, you know, is just very small for the school fees. I had already paid money for proof of funds. I'd already done a lot of things. So I was just like, God, hey, how am I going to cope, you know? So as God could have it, a week before the deadline, money fall out though. People donated and I got the money and I paid my deposit. And then, you know, I kept at it. I remember on 25th of August, I had a mental breakdown because I was just like, God, what is this? What is this? Where is the money? No money is coming. I was so broken. But guess what? Days later, like not even up to a week later, I got about 500k from different donations, you know, and it moved very smoothly. So by September, I was able to pay the 50% of the, you know, 7,950, which is like 3,975. I was able to pay that, and then I had the balance of 3,975 to complete. So that was when the fundraiser was almost over. But then I kept on, and then, you know, the fundraiser got complete when I came to the UK, because I had gotten my visa, because I had paid the £3,000 initial deposit. I was able to collect my sponsorship letter from the school, and, you know, I was able to pay for my visa. Somebody gave me money because at that time the exchange rate had gone up and they had increased. Imagine this, they had increased visa fee. You know, so exchange rate had gone up, and I was just like, God, hey, they don't finish me. You know, so I was panicking, but somebody was gracious enough to give me money for visa. Like the mini balance, he gave me the mini balance, you know, for my visa. And then on that, Good Samaritan paid my flight tickets. So I had like money left for rent at least, you know, and, you know, feeding for a couple of days until I got my job. And God just did it. God just did it. My fundraiser got complete, and I was able to balance up my school fees by the special grace of God. So yeah, that was how I was able to run my fundraiser. I'm working on a book. I'm going to be giving you all of the updates on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, then what are you doing? At Chantel Essay. So follow me on Instagram, right? So in my book, I'm going to be giving a breakdown of, you know, how to run a successful fundraiser. I use only Instagram, and I use Insta stories as my major tool for the fundraiser. So I'm going to be explaining in depth what I did, you know, in my book. So yeah, wait for the book, okay? But yeah, I hope I've been able to answer the questions. You know, I used an agent. Yeah, so in my next video, I'll be talking about how I prepared to come to the UK, because I didn't just fall out of the blue and just say, yes, I'm going to the UK. Oh yeah, I'm ready to go to the UK. Let's go to the UK. I didn't do that, okay? So my next video, I'm going to be talking about how I was able to successfully prepare myself to come to the UK, and how I was able to kill whatever expectations that I had, and how I was able to embrace the realities of staying in the UK and schooling in the UK. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please give this video a thumbs up, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and wait for the next video, which will be dropping very, very soon. My name is Chantel Essay, and God bless all of you. God loves you. I love you. And have an amazing week. Have an amazing day. Mwah! See you in my next video.